let's go to the fight within the Republican Party. Well, there are the group of moderates who say, hey, if we go to Christine O'Donnell, we're not going to win in Delaware. What are we doing? We had that seat locked up. And then there is the group led by Rush Limbaugh who says, no way. You elect the most conservative guy you possibly can, and you take the fight to him. It's an interesting theory, right? But Rush Limbaugh is really mad at the other Republicans, the so-called mainstream ones, and he's going to let them know it. And the interesting part is he's going to let them know who the boss in this town is. Okay, so this is a power play by Rush. He says, quote, this is about conservatives taking back the Republican Party. Who the hell are they, referring to the establishment guys, who the hell are they, anyway, to anoint or disanoint somebody as electable or not electable? I'm in charge of that. That's always been my purview, and nothing's changed. So there he is. He just lays it out on the table and says, mine is bigger than yours. And look, I just got O'Donnell elected, Palladino elected, and all these guys elected. And Karl Rove and anybody else who objects, who the hell are you to challenge my reign? I am the king of you. Now, what are you going to do about it? My guess is that the rest of the Republicans will bow their heads. And this is a big power play by Rush. He goes on to say there's a new rule, and it's called the, quote, Limbaugh rule. Are you shocked that he named it after himself? And he says it's simply vote for the most conservative Republican in the primary, period. Okay? Now, there used to be the Buckley rule, which is vote for the most electable guy because you need bigger majorities. So he's saying now the right way to go is Limbaugh rule. He says, looks like a lot of voters in Delaware employed the Limbaugh rule, and you've got a conservative on the ballot, you vote yes, period, right? So now we're going to get to test it out, though, Rush. That's the problem. Unfortunately, Rove has given them an out. I'll explain that in a second. But look, when we go to vote, when good people of Delaware go to vote in 2010, we're going to have Chris Coons as a Democratic possibility and Christine O'Donnell as a Republican, most conservative, the one you wanted, right? Now, we know the polling showed that Mike Castle had an invincible lead against Coons. I couldn't believe it, but I said earlier on another program, write it off. It's gone. Mike Castle's going to win that seat. It's going to go to a Republican, right? Overwhelmingly. Now, Coons has an 11-point lead on the Republican candidate because they went with a Tea Party person, right? Now, it doesn't mean that she's going to lose. That wave, that powerful wave of really angry Republicans could get her elected in a small state. But we're going to find out, Rush, and we're going to find out how big yours is. And we're going to find out whether you were right to go in that direction or whether you were an idiot and accidentally killed the Republican Party and any chance that they had at a majority. Now, of course, Rush is already making excuses. He says, oh, no, Karl Rove and the others speaking out against her, the Republican Party in Delaware saying she couldn't get elected dog catcher, that's going to depress voter turnout and that's why she's going to lose. So they're already expecting her to lose, right? But they've got their excuses ready. But they got 100 excuses. Remember what happened in the congressional race in New York about a year ago where they elected another right-winger and they took down Scavazzosa, and that's a difficult name, but Rush Limbaugh is the one who's proud. And she's like, yeah, we took her down and we put this guy up. And what happened to him? He lost a seat that the Republicans hadn't lost in over 100 years. I think Mike Castle and Christine O'Donnell's primary earlier this week might be the decisive moment for the Republican Party. That's the part, the moment they took that turn towards the Limbaugh rule, towards Rush Limbaugh. And I don't think they can turn back. And Karl Rove fought it for a couple of days on Fox News. He has now bowed his head. When we showed clips earlier about how he said, oh, well, no, I've always endorsed her. I was the first one to endorse O'Donnell. Not true at all. Totally not true. But he's saying basically, okay, Hannity and Limbaugh, you win. I will go along. And all these Republicans are now probably scared to death of Limbaugh because they see all these people losing. They will go along. And I think they will take him over the cliff. And the irony is, they will certainly pick up seats in 2010. It would be shocking if they didn't, right? And who knows, they might even win the House. But now it looks like they can't win the Senate. If they do it, they're going to be even more emboldened to go even further right and absolutely obliterate the party. Like, to the point where it is not recoverable, where they cannot win another national election. All right, those are strong words by me, okay? Strong words by Limbaugh. 2010 is an interesting transition period, but I'll see your ass in 2012. And we'll see if I'm wrong. And maybe I am. That's the beauty of politics. We're going to find out. But my guess is that the Republican Party is going to nearly disintegrate by 2012. I mean, that's to say it by 2012, let's see what happens. But they're not going to win another national election for a long time.